Evelyn Langston walked out of the big party, her shoes clicking on the floor. The event had gone well. People gave money, and everyone said nice things about her. But Evelyn felt something was wrong. She couldn't explain it, but she wanted to leave quickly. Instead of using the busy front door, she chose a quiet shortcut through an alley. It was dark, with only a few dim lights flickering above. She held her purse close as she hurried along the wet pavement. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. "Hello?" she called out, turning around. No one answered. Her heart started pounding as the footsteps got faster. Before she could react, two men jumped out from the shadows. Their faces were covered with masks. One grabbed her arm tightly, and the other tried to take her purse. "Let me go!" Evelyn shouted, pulling away. But they were too strong. Just then, another voice rang out. "Leave her alone!" A skinny boy ran out of nowhere and tackled one of the attackers to the ground. The second man froze, surprised. Evelyn used the moment to break free and back away. The boy kept fighting, even though he was smaller than the men. After a few tense moments, the attackers ran off into the night, leaving Evelyn shaken but safe. The boy turned to her, breathing hard. His clothes were torn, and his face was dirty. "Are you okay?" he asked, looking worried. "Yes, thank you," Evelyn said, tears in her eyes. "Who are you?" "I'm nobody," the boy replied softly. "I just wanted to help." Before she could say anything else, the boy disappeared into the darkness, leaving Evelyn staring after him. She didn't know it yet, but this moment would change everything. For her and for the boy who saved her life. Evelyn stood frozen in the alley, her heart still racing. The boy who had saved her was gone, vanished into the night as quickly as he'd appeared. She clutched her purse tightly, trying to calm herself. Who was he? Why had he risked his life for her? She finally made her way back to the car, where her husband, Victor, waited anxiously. "Evelyn, what happened?" Victor asked, rushing to her side. I was attacked," she stammered, her voice trembling. "But someone helped me, a boy. He fought off the attackers and saved me." Victor's face turned pale with anger and fear. "Are you hurt? Did they take anything?" "No, I'm fine," Evelyn assured him. "But that boy, he got hurt. He protected me even though he didn't have to." Victor frowned, his mind racing. "We need to find him. Whoever he is, we owe him everything." The next day, Evelyn and Victor began searching for the mysterious boy. They visited shelters, spoke to social workers, and even posted flyers around the city with a description of him. Days passed without any leads, and Evelyn grew worried. Had the boy been seriously injured during the attack? Was he safe? Then, one evening, a security guard at a nearby mall called them. "There's a kid here who matches your description," the guard said over the phone. "He's been sleeping rough near the loading docks." Evelyn and Victor rushed to the location. Sure enough, there he was, the same scrawny boy from the alley. His clothes were ragged, and a bandage covered a cut on his arm, likely from the fight. He looked up cautiously as they approached. "Are you the one who saved my wife?" Victor asked gently. The boy hesitated, then nodded. "I guess so." Evelyn knelt beside him, tears welling up in her eyes. "Thank you. You saved my life. Is there anything we can do for you?" The boy shrugged, looking uncomfortable. "I didn't do it for thanks. I just couldn't let them hurt you." "We want to help you," Victor said firmly. "You deserve a better life than this. Let us give you a place to stay, food, clothes, whatever you need." The boy shook his head. "I don't want charity. I've been on my own for years. I can handle myself." Evelyn placed a hand on his shoulder. "It's not charity. It's gratitude. Please, let us repay you for what you did." After a long pause, the boy sighed. "Fine, but only because you're being nice about it." They learned his name was Jake, and he had been living on the streets since his parents died in an accident years ago. Though wary of trusting them, Jake agreed to come with them, to see if maybe, just maybe, things could be different this time. Little did they know, bringing Jake into their lives would uncover secrets none of them saw coming. Jake's first few days in the Langston home were awkward. For everyone. He felt out of place among the luxury, constantly glancing over his shoulder as if waiting for something to go wrong. Evelyn and Victor tried their best to make him comfortable, but they could tell he was skeptical. "Why are you doing this?" Jake finally asked one evening during dinner. "I mean, I get that I helped your wife, but why me? There are other people out there who need help too." Evelyn smiled softly. "Because you didn't hesitate to step in when no one else would. That kind of courage deserves recognition." Victor nodded. "And because we believe everyone deserves a chance to succeed. You've got potential, Jake. We just want to give you the tools to find it." Jake looked down at his plate, unsure how to respond. No one had ever believed in him before, not like this. Over time, Jake began opening up. He told them about growing up on the streets, scavenging for food, and avoiding trouble with older kids. Evelyn listened intently, her heart breaking for the hardships he'd endured. In return, Jake learned more about the Langstons. Victor ran a successful tech company, while Evelyn dedicated herself to charity work. Despite their wealth, they seemed genuinely kind, a stark contrast to what Jake had expected from rich people. One day, while helping Evelyn organize donations for a local shelter, Jake hesitated before asking, "Do you think whoever attacked you will come back?" Evelyn froze, her hands pausing mid-task. "I don't know," she admitted, "but we're being careful." Victor hired extra security for now. Jake frowned thoughtfully. It felt planned, like they knew where you'd be. Evelyn's eyes widened. She hadn't considered that possibility before. Could someone have targeted her intentionally? That night, Evelyn shared Jake's observation with Victor. "He might be onto something," Victor said grimly. "If this wasn't random, then someone close to us could be involved." The realization sent chills down Evelyn's spine. Who would want to harm her, and why? As they dug deeper into the attack, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling that Jake's arrival in their lives was more than coincidence. Not only had he saved her life, but his instincts might also lead them to uncover the truth behind the danger lurking in their world. Little did they know, the answers would change everything they thought they knew about trust and loyalty. As the days turned into weeks, Jake slowly began to adjust to his new life with the Langstons. At first, he kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, for them to reveal some hidden agenda or kick him out when they got tired of him. But Evelyn and Victor showed no signs of losing patience. Instead, they poured their energy into helping him rebuild his life. Victor enrolled Jake in a private school, insisting that education was the key to unlocking his potential. "You're smart, kid," Victor said firmly. "Don't waste it." Jake protested at first. "I don't belong there. Those kids will eat me alive." "You'll fit in just fine," Victor countered. "And if anyone gives you trouble, let me know. I'll handle it." Evelyn took charge of his day-to-day needs, buying him clothes, teaching him table manners, and encouraging him to pursue hobbies he'd never had time for before. One afternoon, she brought home a guitar she'd found at a music shop. "Ever tried playing?" she asked, handing it to him. Jake shook his head. "Nah, never had the chance." "Well, now's your chance," Evelyn said with a smile. "Who knows? You might be great at it." To everyone's surprise, including his own, Jake discovered a natural talent for music. He spent hours practicing, strumming chords and humming melodies late into the night. For the first time in years, he felt like he had something worth working toward. Despite these positive changes, Jake couldn't shake the feeling that he didn't truly belong in the Langston world. The luxury, the attention, it all felt foreign. Still, he couldn't deny how much better his life had become since meeting Evelyn and Victor. One evening, as they sat together in the living room, Evelyn broached a sensitive topic. "Jake," she began gently, "do you ever think about finding your family? Or learning more about what happened after your parents passed away?" Jake stiffened, staring at the floor. "Not really. It's not like there's anyone left who cares about me." "That's not true," Evelyn replied softly. "We care about you, and we want to help you heal from everything you've been through." Jake looked up, surprised by her sincerity. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. Slowly, he nodded. Okay, maybe someday. Meanwhile, Victor continued investigating the attack on Evelyn. With Jake's observation about the assault seeming planned, Victor hired a private investigator to dig deeper. What they uncovered shocked them. Evidence pointing to someone within their inner circle, a close friend or associate orchestrating the attack. The revelation weighed heavily on the household. Yet, amidst the tension, Jake found himself growing closer to the Langstons. They weren't just his benefactors anymore. They were becoming his family. Little did they know, Jake's loyalty would soon be tested, and his bravery would once again play a crucial role in uncovering the truth. The private investigator Victor hired worked tirelessly, piecing together clues about the attack on Evelyn. One evening, he delivered a report that sent chills down Victor's spine. It wasn't random, the investigator confirmed. Someone close to you planned this. They wanted to scare Evelyn, and maybe even harm her reputation. Victor clenched his fists, anger bubbling beneath the surface. Who would do such a thing? And why? The motive seems to be jealousy, the investigator explained. Your success, your influence, it breeds resentment. Someone in your circle saw an opportunity to strike. Victor immediately shared the findings with Evelyn and Jake. Both were stunned by the revelation. I can't believe someone we trusted could betray us like this, Evelyn said, her voice trembling. Jake frowned thoughtfully. If it's someone close to you, they'll try again. We need to figure out who it is before they make another move. Victor nodded grimly. We'll set a trap. Let them think we're vulnerable and see if they slip up. Over the next few days, the Langstons deliberately acted as though they suspected nothing. Meanwhile, Jake kept a watchful eye on everyone around them. Security guards, staff members, even acquaintances visiting the house. His street smarts made him particularly observant, noticing details others might overlook. One afternoon, while helping Evelyn sort through old photos for an upcoming charity event, Jake spotted something odd. A familiar face in one of the pictures. It was a man named Greg, a former business partner of Victor's who had fallen out of favor years ago. Who's this guy? Jake asked, pointing at the photo. Evelyn squinted at the image. Oh, that's Greg. He used to work closely with Victor but left under messy circumstances. Why? Jake hesitated. He looks familiar. I think I've seen him hanging around downtown lately. Victor's eyes narrowed. Greg always held a grudge after our partnership ended. But would he really go this far? Determined to find out, Victor instructed the investigator to dig deeper into Greg's recent activities. What they discovered confirmed their worst fears. Greg had been seen meeting with known criminals shortly before the attack. Confronting Greg wouldn't be easy. He was cunning and dangerous. But Jake came up with a plan. I can help draw him out, Jake suggested. He doesn't know I'm living here or how involved I am. If I act like I overheard something important, he might take the bait. Evelyn protested. It's too risky. You've already done so much for us. But Jake shook his head firmly. This guy hurt you. I'm not letting him get away with it. With careful planning, they arranged a meeting where Jake would pretend to accidentally reveal insider information about the Langstons' finances. Greg took the bait, revealing his true intentions during the encounter. As the truth unfolded, Jake's bravery proved invaluable. Not just in exposing Greg, but in solidifying his place within the Langston family. Little did Greg realize, his betrayal would backfire, bringing the Langstons closer together than ever before. The confrontation with Greg took place in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town, a location chosen to ensure privacy and safety. Victor, Evelyn, and Jake arrived together, flanked by private security guards hired to handle any unforeseen threats. Greg walked in confidently, clearly unaware that his plan had been exposed. You've got guts contacting me, he sneered at Jake. What do you want? Jake played along, feigning nervousness. I overheard something about the Langstons' accounts. Thought you might be interested. Greg leaned forward, his eyes gleaming with greed. Go on. That's when Victor stepped out from the shadows, followed by Evelyn and the security team. It's over, Greg, Victor said coldly. We know what you did. Greg's face turned pale as the pieces fell into place. This is a setup. "It's not a setup, it's justice," Evelyn replied firmly. "You attacked me, hired thugs to hurt innocent people, all because of your jealousy. Did you really think you'd get away with it?" Greg tried to defend himself, but the evidence was undeniable. The investigators' report included surveillance footage, witness statements, and financial records linking him to the criminals who carried out the attack. As the guards led Greg away, Jake let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. He turned to Evelyn and Victor, his expression a mix of relief and disbelief. "I can't believe it's finally over," he murmured. Victor placed a hand on his shoulder. "None of this would have happened without you, Jake. You saved us, not just once, but twice." Evelyn hugged him tightly, tears streaming down her face. "You're part of our family now. No matter what happens, we'll always stand by you." For the first time in his life, Jake felt truly accepted. The betrayal they uncovered only strengthened their bond, proving that trust and loyalty could overcome even the darkest moments. Later that evening, as they sat together in the living room, Victor raised a toast. "To new beginnings," he said, smiling at Jake, "and to the boy who reminded us what really matters. Courage, kindness, and sticking together through thick and thin." Jake smiled back, feeling a sense of belonging he'd never known before. Little did they realize, this newfound unity would inspire them to focus on more meaningful pursuits, using their wealth and influence to uplift others, just as Jake had lifted them in the weeks following Greg's arrest. Life for the Langstons and Jake transformed in profound ways. The betrayal had shaken them, but it also taught them invaluable lessons about trust, gratitude, and resilience. More importantly, it deepened their bond as a family. Jake flourished under their care. With Victor's guidance, he excelled in school, discovering talents he never knew he had. His passion for music grew, and he began performing at local events, earning praise from classmates and teachers alike. Evelyn often attended his performances, cheering him on with pride. "You've come so far," she told him one evening after a particularly moving recital. "I'm so proud of you." Jake grinned sheepishly. "I couldn't have done it without you guys. You gave me a chance when no one else would. And you've proven we made the right decision," Victor added, clapping him on the back. Inspired by Jake's journey, the Langstons decided to expand their philanthropy efforts. They established a foundation aimed at helping homeless youth gain access to education, healthcare, and mentorship programs. Jake played an active role in shaping the initiative, drawing from his own experiences to ensure it reached those who needed it most. "This is your legacy too," Evelyn said during one planning session. "You inspire us every day, Jake." The foundation quickly gained traction, touching countless lives across the city. For Jake, seeing others benefit from what he once lacked filled him with purpose. He realized that his struggles weren't just obstacles, they were stepping stones to something greater. One evening, as they gathered around the dinner table, Victor raised a glass. "To family," he said warmly. "Not just the ones we're born into, but the ones we choose. Together, we've faced challenges, uncovered truths, and built something stronger than any of us could have alone." Evelyn nodded, her eyes shining with emotion. "And to second chances. Without them, none of this would have been possible." Jake smiled, feeling a sense of belonging he'd never dreamed of. "To us," he echoed softly. As they clinked glasses, the room filled with laughter and warmth, a stark contrast to the uncertainty that had once defined their lives. What started as a random act of bravery in a dark alley had blossomed into a lifelong connection. Jake wasn't just the boy who saved Evelyn. He was now an integral part of the Langston family, proving that kindness and courage can bridge even the widest gaps. Through their shared experiences, they learned that wealth isn't measured in dollars or possessions. It's found in love, loyalty, and the willingness to help others rise above adversity. And so, their story became more than just a tale of survival. It became a testament to the power of compassion, trust, and the unbreakable bonds forged through hardship. And that's the end of The Boy Who Saved Her. Glowing Star. We hope this heartwarming story reminded you of the incredible power of courage, gratitude, and second chances. Jake's journey shows us that even in our hardest moments, acts of bravery can create ripples of change, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What did you think of the story? Did it inspire you or make you reflect on your own experiences? Where are you watching from? Are you tuning in from the US, India, the UK, or somewhere else in the world? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about your corner of the globe. If you enjoyed this tale of resilience and transformation, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that celebrate humanity, connection, and the beauty of making a difference. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue sharing these heartfelt narratives. Lastly, drop a comment below and share. Sparkles, what was your favorite moment in the story? Sparkles, have you ever witnessed or been part of a situation where courage changed everything? Thank you so much for joining us on this inspiring journey with Evelyn, Victor, and Jake. We're grateful for your time and enthusiasm, and we can't wait to bring you more stories that uplift, inspire, and connect us all. Red Heart, until next time, stay brave, stay kind, and never underestimate the ripple effect of doing what's right.